Hey guys, I am an 18-year-old currently, so I'm still a teenager, but I've been interested in making money since I was 13 years old. You guys are probably thinking, why should I listen to this guy about investing when he's only 18 and I might even be older than him? Well, you would kind of be right. I didn't know what I was doing when I was younger, but it was all the mistakes that I made on my journey from 13 to 18 years old that taught me the valuable lessons that I'm going to share with you all today. If you have ever wondered how to invest for teenagers, then this is the right video for you. Starting out with the age group of 13 to 14. Oh, I remember those days. Those were fun times. But anyways, the mistake I made when I was your age was thinking I had to go pull in thousands of dollars a month. No, you don't have to do that as a 13 and 14-year-old. So, that's just not realistic for 99.9% of people that age. So what you can do instead that is going to be way more valuable to you than making a little bit of money is actually learning as much as you can. So you're on the right track if you're watching this video already. And I'm going to make a recommendation to 90% of you watching who are 13 to 14. Don't you can read if you enjoy reading. That's a great option. But I know I tried to read and people told me to read books about finance and stuff when I was this age. That was a great method. But now we have YouTube. So if you enjoy watching YouTube videos rather than reading, it's gonna make it a lot more fun for you than reading a book. I'm not speaking for everyone, but for most people, in my opinion, and that's definitely what worked when I was a kid and got me interested in finance. And then another optional step that I did at this age personally was getting a job that paid me biweekly. Now, I wasn't really a real job because you can't get one at this age. It was actually delivering newspapers like once a week. And it is one of the only jobs that you can get at this age that pays you, and you have a regular, consistent schedule with. This is good because it teaches responsibility, going out and doing it every week. It taught me that at a very young age. And it also taught me another, even more valuable lesson, I would argue. For the first couple months of doing this, I would spend my paycheck every time right away. It wasn't a lot, which was probably why I spent it all, but I would go, to Walmart, or I would go buy something that I would have fun with. And then I would realize that, oh, so now I spent it like the first couple of days of my paycheck, and now I don't have money for the next week and a half. And then the process would repeat. And I slowly realized that I'm never going to be able to save up for a PS4, which was something I really wanted at the time. And I kept on doing this. So what I did was I started saving all the money. I didn't buy anything for a couple of months. And then I was able to get a PS4, which was, it was awesome for me. I saved up for something and I got it. And if you guys can do that and, save up some money and buy something that you really have wanted and just learn to save money and get in that habit, then that's going to be a very key thing that will help you further down the road. So if I could tell you one thing to take away from this, if you're watching as a 13 or 14-year-old, is learn as many things as you can about money, investing, and all that stuff. And then save a bit of money that you earn. So go out there and get a newspaper route, or go out there and get a job that pays you consistently. And it doesn't have to be 5 times a week. Obviously, you don't expect you to work full time at this age, but get something that a newspaper. It's a good one to start if you guys can get one in your area, and then you'll get in the habit of saving money, and I think it will really benefit you long term. And if you're 13 or 14 years old, don't click off this video yet, because you'll see why these tips will matter in the future years, and why I'm not just saying them because, you'll see why these will be important tips to you when you're 15, 16, 17, and 18. A quick reminder, if you guys could smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, it would really help me out, and I would appreciate it. The more people that like the video, the more YouTube's going to put it in the algorithm, and the more people are going to see this, which is obviously beneficial because I want as many teenagers to start investing as possible. And if even one person can invest from this video and is encouraged to follow some of this advice, then it was worth it for me. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Age 15. Now this is where the adult money starts rolling in. Now this is the age where I recommend that you go get a full-time summer job. I got my first full-time summer job when I was 15, and it's where I actually had access to some full-time, decent income coming in. I was getting paid $40 or $50 every 2 weeks doing the newspaper route. I forget how much it was exactly, but something around that. And, I went from getting paid that to getting paid, $800 or whatever, roughly around there every 2 weeks for working a full-time job. And, this really really like, a lot of kids probably, spend this money. Like all your friends, you're gonna see spending money on new phones, new clothes, new shoes, whatever. Like they're gonna be spending money like crazy, and they're probably gonna blow it all. Don't get jealous at all the new stuff they have, because trust me, the money that you save is gonna be a lot more valuable in your future than the clothes and whatever you ball out on. Now, I'm not saying you can't ball out and spend a little bit on some stuff once in a while, like get yourself a new pair of shoes or whatever. If you guys can save 50% of your income from the full time job and you work all summer, you're probably gonna have around $2,500 saved, and you're gonna have $2,500 to spend. I made around $5,000 from my summer job, give or take. So you're gonna have roughly $2,500 saved if you can save 50%. Now that should be very easy for you guys at 15 years old. I know it might not sound easy, but trust me, if you guys keep, put it in your head and say, okay, I don't need $500 Gucci belts, or you don't need that stuff, guys. Come on, you can ball it once in a while and get some shoes or whatever you want, but try and keep that savings rate at 50%. And the reason I was able to do this, I actually kept it probably around 90%. Really, I didn't spend money at 15 because I worked that newspaper route, and I was used to blowing all my money at the start of that, but I learned to start saving my money because I had to save my money or else I wouldn't have any, right? So so at the small scale, I learned to save. So when I got to the big scale of making $800 every 2 weeks, I kept my spending the same. So I was only spending like $20 a week, and I was saving like $780. So at age 15, right? And imagine having access to that amount of money at age 15. Like I really didn't know what to do with it, so I just saved it. Um, the key takeaway for 15-year-olds is get that summer job at full time if you can, and learn to save the money at the larger scale. Now it's gonna be a lot easier if you started making like $40 first, but if you like, it's easier to start saving at the smaller scale first, and then start like implementing that at the larger scale. But if you didn't get the newspaper out and you have a full time job now, it's gonna be very hard. But try keeping your savings at 50%. If you guys can do that, then round of applause to you, because you're gonna see all your friends balling out, getting new stuff. Don't get affected by that. It's not worth it, and you'll really thank yourself in the future if you listen to this advice. Trust me. 16. Now this is some of the best, not some of the best years, the best year of my life probably so far. It was just 2 years ago, so what I did was still pretty fresh in my mind. I personally experimented with making money from a bunch of different things and pursuing many different things, like from mowing lawns to starting many failed YouTube channels, to refereeing. I tried like everything to making money, and I actually found my passion, which was creating YouTube content and videos. I loved the process of doing that, and I found my passion in the process of trying to make money, which was completely by accident. And I'm very lucky that I did find that passion, because it made me realize today that, at age 16, the most important thing is not finding a way to make money. It's, finding a passion. Try it and find something that you love doing, because if you can discover it early, then you never know when that you're going to come back to that path and be able to pursue something you love. I would hate to see you guys like, working 9 to 5 jobs, and something that you hate. If you can discover an industry that you love at 16, by the time you get to 17, 18, when you're applying for universities, you can maybe already find a program that you like and want to go into. Or if it's like me and my passion was creating YouTube content, then maybe you can pursue that, or whatever it is. Maybe you'll be able to pursue that in the future if you realize it at a young age. Now, the problem with me is I love making YouTube videos, but I didn't really, like any other thing besides that at the time. So I liked sports, but I didn't know what to make content on. I'm not very creative, so I couldn't really do much. And then at 17, I discovered another passion, which was finance and investing. And I combined it with the old passion that I discovered when I was 16, which was making YouTube videos. And now I have this small little channel now. Even though it's not a big channel and I don't really make money from it yet, I don't really care, because, I don't really care about making money, because I love, making YouTube videos. I love investing in finance, and I combined it into one product. And if you guys can do that as well, it's gonna make your life awesome. Trust me. Like, even though I'm not making money from this, I hope to one day. Obviously, that's the goal. But even if I don't, I love what I'm doing right now. Obviously, if I don't make money from it, it's not going to be sustainable. But while I'm still in university, and I'm going for business, so Like I'm going for that, the space that I'm interested and passionate about, which is business and finance. So even if I don't, this YouTube channel doesn't work out, then at least I go into something that I'm gonna like, which is finance and business. So I'm pursuing this passion. If I can make this a full time career, which is the goal one day, I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I'm gonna work hard and I'm gonna try and get there. But even if it doesn't, I'm gonna get a degree in business and finance, and I have a backup plan that's also gonna be something I'm interested in. So I'm set up like either way, and that's really all I can ask for. I'm really lucky that I found my passion this early. You know, it was a complete luck. I wasn't even trying to find a passion when I discovered how much I loved making YouTube videos. It just kind of happened. A little bit lucky, but at least it made me discover that I was lucky, and now I can tell you guys to go try and find something that you love. Age 17. This is arguably the most important age, and is probably the most influential on my life so far. Um, Everything else kind of stacks up. Like obviously 13, 14, 15, and 16 are important. It's just, those are kind of building blocks, and think of it like a snowball rolling down the hill. So age 13 is when the snowball is just starting out. Age 14, roll this down the hill, gathers more snow until you get to like age 16. It's a bigger snowball. Age 17, everything you're learning makes even a bigger snowball. And it's kind of like a snowball effect in a way, because everything kind of builds up, and all the knowledge that you gain combines together and creates something even better. And this is what the case with this is. So at age 17, I had all the money. I had like a lot of money saved up from all the stuff I learned, and I knew leaving my money in a bank account would benefit me long term. I researched, and I came across the stock market. And all these people have told me, like my teachers, even some of them, stock market's just going to the casino, blah blah blah. And so I was really scared of it, but I was looking up how to make passive income, and I came across one of Andre Jick's videos, which if you guys don't watch Andre Jick, you're missing out. And it was like how I get paid to sleep or something. It was something along the lines of that, and it was about dividend investing. And ever since then, I'll remember this moment for the rest of my life. I thought about money in a completely different way, and I was obsessed with investing within the stock market. Like it's became not an addiction, because I'm not like really addicted to it, but it's like a passion of mine, and I'll never forget that moment. It really changed everything for me, and ever since then, I've wanted that video is probably one of the reasons I applied. Is one of the base reasons I applied to business at my university. That one YouTube video that I came across about the stock market, clicking on that video. If it didn't say stock market in the title, I would have never clicked on that video, because I was so scared of it. And people have always told me to shut out the stock market. Stock market is great. Like it is unbelievable the stuff you can do with the stock market. Don't listen to people when they say that. Do your research, and if you're educated and responsible, you're gonna make money long term, almost guaranteed. Like, I'm not gonna go too deep into the stock market anymore, but I'm a nerd. Like, I love gaining knowledge about this stuff. So the key takeaway from age 17 is learn about the stock market, please. Is like, the amount of stuff you can do within the stock market is unbelievable. So try and do some research, and try and do something with your passion as well. Try and combine everything together that you've learned so far. You should have some money saved up, hopefully. If you don't, it doesn't matter. Pursue your passion. Even learn about the stock market, and by the time you turn 18, you'll be able to slowly start investing. If you're 17 right now, go learn about the stock market and start trying to save up some money, and you start slowly investing. Also learn how like credit cards work, learn how to budget, track your expenses and all that stuff, because these are lifelong skills that are gonna help you for the rest of your life, and you will be very grateful that you learned them so young. Age 18 to 19. This is when the fun starts. You can go to the casino and put all your money on red at the roulette table. No, don't do that. I'm just joking. But this is when you can actually start investing if your situation allows for it. And if you want to know what I mean by that, and you want to figure out whether or not you think it would be good for you personally to invest, I made a video. It's linked to the description. About a 6-step process that I did when I turned 18, and I think you should do as well. If you're in university or to college, try and get as many scholarships as you can, and try and avoid debt at all costs. Like even if it's student debt, try and avoid it. I know in some cases it's probably inevitable. Like if you move away, it's probably gonna be really hard. but I would pay off, the debt before you think about investing in the stock market, for example. If you're not in school, try and stay out of debt. Don't buy anything that you can't afford to pay outright. You know, just don't try and stay out of debt, because debt is, I don't know. For me, it's just I don't want to owe someone money. When I have a feeling of owing someone money, even when it's with my credit card, I'm like, oh, can I pay them yet? Because I just, I just want that burden off of me. Speaking about credit cards, go get a credit card when you turn 18. This is probably the first thing you should do. When you get your credit card, you can just go in with your local bank if you want. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure you get a credit card to start building credit score. Don't spend more than you can afford. Again, don't get into any debt. Pay off your bill in full amounts and on time, and you'll start to build a credit score, which is important in the future. Banks will look at this basically to see, the higher it is, the better. So if they see that you have a high credit score, they'll give you a better interest rate for a loan in the future, like when you're buying a house, or like better mortgage rates and stuff like that. Now, I know you guys are thinking, this probably isn't very fun. Well, when does the fun start? Well, this is fun for me because I'm a nerd, but it probably won't be fun for you. But you basically want to open an investing account when you turn 18. If you're from the USA, I recommend the Roth IRA to get started, and the tax-free savings account if you are from Canada. Do more research on these accounts, because there's a lot of stipulations and rules that you have to be careful of inside them. But these basically are like savings accounts essentially, but instead of putting money inside them, you put stocks inside of them. So the best part of accounts like these is it protects your money from taxes. So with both the USA account, the Roth IRA, and the TFSA account, the Canadian account, you can withdraw these amounts when you retire tax-free. Now, in the TFSA, you can withdraw whenever. I'm not too sure about the rules specifically for the Roth IRA because I am Canadian. But there are contribution limits on these accounts. So again, research them. And the most important thing is that the most important thing at this age is realizing, the earlier you start investing, the better. I didn't even try and time the market because, I just wanted to get my money in the market because I'm a dividend investor. And if you don't know what that means, it basically means that, I get paid for holding companies, being a part owner in companies, essentially. So, it's very important just to get in the market, in my opinion, because the longer you're in it, the more time that money has to compound and build over time. Even if it's like, $5 to $10 a week just to get started, having the money in the market is going to teach you to invest consistently, and teach you also to not sell and panic, because a lot of people, when they're new investors, they see, oh, my $100 went down to 94. Oh my god, the stock market's a scam. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna lose a bit of money technically, but it's not really realized yet because you didn't sell, right? You only lose when you sell. Remember that. So if one day you might be, oh, my $100 went to $94. The next day, your $100 or $94 could rebound back to 103. Like, the stock market's a little volatile, not compared to cryptocurrency, but expect I don't even look at my portfolio most days, to be honest, and see how much money. Like, I look at the stocks and see my stocks are doing like once a day, but I don't look at how much money I've made and lost very often, because it doesn't matter because I'm not selling, right? So just get in that habit, even if it's $10 a week, and eventually you'll build a decent sized portfolio for sure. That's pretty much all for today. Remember to hit subscribe and turn on post notifications if you guys are interested in money, investing, and personal finance. I post every Monday and Friday, sometimes on Wednesdays. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.